Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Stephanie, and I will be doing an oracle card, sort of an oracle card this week, and a crystal card reading. I normally do an oracle card and a crystal card reading each week. This week it's an oracle card for sure, but it's not one I've used here on YouTube before. And not one that I have in my Etsy store for private readings. But I'm super excited about this deck, so I wanted to use it. This reading is for June 16th through the 22nd. We do have a full moon on the 17th, so Monday. And full moons, I'm not, I don't get too far into astrology because I am not an expert at all. But I do usually follow new moons, full moons, and I like to use full moons for a lot of times for release work. So letting go of things, surrendering things that we don't need anymore, cutting cords, it's great for that sort of thing. So we do have that energy coming in on the 17th. So before I get started with the reading, let me explain a little bit about why this one's kind of different. So I'm using this week Tosha Silver's Change Me Prayers Oracle card deck. And Tosha Silver is an author who I just came across randomly recently. I listen to a lot of audiobooks on my way to and from work, morning and afternoon. And I ordered her book or downloaded her book from Audible called It's Not Your Money. And the title struck me, and so I looked at it and I listened to a snippet of it, and I thought, this sounds really interesting. So I downloaded it, I listened to it. I'm currently on my second go round of listening to it, and I have ordered the hard copy of it from Amazon just because there are some, I guess, exercises and meditations, and I wanted to have a print copy of that. So here is this copy. I do not know Tosha Silver. I have never met her. She certainly does not know me. So I'm not promoting this book in any way. I just am mentioning it because it resonates so strongly with me. You've heard me, those of you who follow my videos here on YouTube or have had private readings with me over the years know that I am all about creating the life you want and really healing things and moving into the energy and the life you want to lead and creating that for yourself. What I am not about is the manifestation energy or some of the programs that are out there for manifestation, for law of attraction that have come along really in full force over the past 10 or 15 years that make you feel bad if you're not able to manifest something. So, and those of you who have worked with me know that there are a couple things I say pretty frequently. If it feels like you're swimming upstream or against the current, then it's not right or it's not for right now. The other thing is, what is meant for me will not go past me. What is meant for me will come to me with ease. And there are some schools of thought, I guess, with manifestation and law of attraction and abundance programs that make you feel like if you don't turn that dial exactly to the right frequency or you don't raise your vibration in exactly the right way, that you have failed and you are not going to manifest the life you desire. And I don't think that's the case. I think, yes, of course, I do energy work. I believe that we have a vibration. I believe that it is good to tune to the right frequency. But I don't think you have failed anything. I think if it is not yours, it is not meant for you or it is not the right time. And that's another thing you have all heard me say if you follow this channel. Or are in contact with me is, that if it is meant to be ours, it will be ours. And that the universe has better ways of coming up with things, solutions to what we humans perceive as problems. The universe has far greater resources than what our human minds and our human egos can comprehend. So, I think it's great to make lists of things you want. I think it's great to know what your desires are. I don't think it's great to feel like a failure if you aren't able to manifest something in exactly 2 years like you put on your list. And that is what really resonated with me about this book of Tosha Silver's. She takes the blame off of you It's about surrender, it's about offering, it's about releasing, it's about healing, and it really resonates with the same kind of things I say over and over. So I love it. I'm in love with it. I want to just like sit in a room with Tosha Silver and have her read to me. That's how into this book I am. I absolutely love it. So I did order these oracle cards. So the Change Me Prayers is also a book, and I haven't read it yet. I'm just still working on It's Not Your Money. And it's so, I mean, it's about money, but it's also about like all of your life. It's not just about money. These sort of lessons and this guidance can be applied to so many different areas of your life. As far as surrender and offering and, releasing and settling into the energy instead of clawing your way up into what you feel like you want. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think everyone should read it. I think it's a really great book. For those of you who kind of have resonated with the same thoughts I do, I think you would really enjoy it. I do have to say one other thing that I now consider a pro of this book. The Audible version, she reads it. She doesn't have someone else read it, which I think is great because then you get an idea of what her voice is like. I thought it was so slow when I first turned it on the first time I listened to it. I thought I was going to lose my mind. And I actually, on Audible, if you're familiar with it, you can speed up or slow down the reading. And so I turned it to 1.25, and that sounded like a normal speed to me, but it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel like her reading it anymore. So I turned it back, and after a chapter or so, I really got to like the pace of it. And now, when I'm working on this and really, pondering these thoughts, I hear everything in my brain in Tosha speed. So I think it's a really great thing. It has slowed my thoughts and taught me to kind of bring things down a notch. So it's something I'm really enjoying that I wanted to share with all of you. And if you do get it, if you do read it, shoot me an email or post on this video and let me know what your thoughts are about it and if you're enjoying it. On with the reading. Again, we are on June 16th to 22nd. I'm going to start with a crystal card from Crystal Card Deck number 3. And again, these are always available at Healing Crystals. So again, we have a full moon coming. So we'll see what crystal comes out to sort of support us through that release energy. Ooh, interesting. So it's Neptunite, which is not a super common crystal and not one that I would expect most people have in their collection. It's a very interesting crystal that works on the lower chakras, so your root and sacral chakras, sort of getting that grounded energy, but also self-empowerment, self-worth, that sort of thing, and really grounding us and centering us into those lower chakra energies. The 3 keywords for this one are resolution, courage, and healing. And then the mantra or the affirmation you can work with this week if you want to is I am accepted, which I think is great. A lot of us extend acceptance to other people that we don't extend to ourselves as much. So I think it's a great reminder, especially during full moon energy when you're letting go of things, is just to say, what am I going to fill that space with? And just fill it with acceptance of all of yourself, physical, mental, emotional, just wherever you're at right now, fill it with acceptance. So then I will draw one of these from the Change Me Prayers Oracle card deck. And I know one thing that she mentions in her book, in the It's Not Your Money book, is that the Change Me Prayers are also a book, and I do intend to read that at some point. But that some people sort of bristle at the idea of Change Me Prayers because we all work so much on acceptance, which is completely funny that this is I am accepted. And some people, I think when she I would assume, when she decided to call this book and this deck of cards the Change Me Oracle and the Change Me book, some people are probably like, I don't want to be changed. I've worked so long on accepting myself. I just, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to change myself. But I don't feel like it's about changing ourselves. I think it's about intermittent aspects of ourselves that we're working on. One day you may feel you need some assistance with one thing, and the next day it might be something totally different. So I feel like the Change Me Prayers are a way to acceptance, definitely not a way from it. So it is called the Change Me prayers, and they do ask for help with changing aspects of ourselves. But I think of that more as surrender and release and letting go of things so that you can move more fully into acceptance. Okay, so we'll see what energy is coming out. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is so funny, you guys. So look at this. Look at the colors. I know it's like a weekly thing now. They definitely don't match what I have on today, but look, they're identical, the orange and the red. That's so funny. Because the entire deck is not the same color. So, you have browns and greens and aquas and pinks. So that's so funny that. And this time I noticed it. I think you all would be very proud of me. Normally I don't notice it. So I am accepted is the sort of affirmation or energy for this week. In the Change Me prayer, if you want to, I'll kind of read this slowly in case you want to read it along with me. And this is the unfolding card. And it says, according to your will. And one other thing I should mention before I read this, there are a lot of references to God or the divine. You can replace that with whatever you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with universe, spirit, Buddha, Jesus, God, the divine, your higher self, whatever you want to, I feel like you can, substitute whatever you're comfortable with in these Change Me prayers. So this unfolding one says, change me, divine beloved, into one who lets you unfold things according to your will. Please guide my actions and my way, trusting every true need is known. Which I think is just a beautiful sentiment, especially when we're letting go of things. So, and then letting things unfold into guidance that comes from a power higher than ourselves and higher than our ego, which is pure love. So that's the message we have for this week. Unfolding things according to the divine, and then moving into a place of true acceptance of ourselves. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all next week.